How's it going, Danny? How are you?
Doing all right. Apologize for being late.
It's no problem. Has
Oh, yeah.
the first nip of autumn been nipping at your nippers? I don't know.
Nips.
Have you been gone from Florida so long that
Oh, I know the
that
answer. Don't worry. The first
okay,
nip of autumn,
okay.
if you're lucky, is the first week of January. If there
Mm.
is if there is a nip of autumn,
Yeah.
it will be the first week of January.
I mean, I did experience high 70s
Ooh.
in the mornings, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure Bobby's in the same
Yeah, it's a little chillier than that in the mornings, but it warms up
yeah.
considerably by that. But it's brisk in the morning.
Yeah.
California brisk. I'm still
yeah,
wearing shorts. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
not wear shorts.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
that bad. But
yeah. But the windbreaker, got to break out the windbreaker.
exactly. Tickets, please. Right this way, gentlemen.
Maximum Party Zone goes to the movies. The horror movies.
We're doing back-to-back Draculas,
Yeah.
and
Dracula adjacent.
ooh,
Blackula.
Dracula squared. Ooh, I can see that
that'd be
movie.
That'd be
Oh,
good. There's two of them.
there's two Draculas. Well,
What?
you don't, but no one realizes there's two Draculas, and then you realize
Mm,
that there are two, but we caught one. Now we don't know who the other Dracula, and maybe it's clearly
mm,
one of the cops. It's clearly one of the it's like
yeah. And it's
Mhm.
like, I wonder if Dracula is like, what's another thing where the plural is the same as the singular? It's like, there's a pack of
oh
Dracula. It's like, what?
Like
Pack of
deer.
what?
Draculas?
No.
There's
Yeah,
multiple.
it's like
Yeah.
deer.
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, it's similar in the sense that the deer means multiple deer or one deer, and Dracula can mean many Dracula or one Dracula.
Well, you don't
You
say
what?
deers. No, who says deers? No one says deers.
Dr- yeah. Dracula are coming. Don't you mean is? I do not.
I wish. I wish.
What is
Oh,
with y'all and conjugation and verb
yeah.
noun agreement? We got to work on this.
We just learned English. Dracula are coming. Cut. Dracula is
Stop.
coming. Sorry.
Yeah, the script supervisor is like, it's actually our coming. Oh my God. Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, we're in for it.
I didn't read the script. Yeah.
Which actually probably goes for what we're going to be discussing today. A lot of like, what?
Mm.
Where do I stand? What do I say? Fine, I don't care. Do we want to do some of our top stuff or just jump right in?
Well, I
We got some apologies, right? Yeah.
Oh, we do have an
yeah,
apology.
just some
Yep.
yeah, some quick stuff. We have a half-hearted apology, pat and back, and listeners' mail
Oh, let's do it.
before
Ah.
we jump into it. Yeah, so half-hearted apology is from me. Last week I was sick, and listening back, like because I know, like I low energy, and I would interject here and there, but I apologize. I'll try to
Uh-huh.
avoid rehabilitation facilities where there's a diarrhea outbreak.
Good plan. I like
Oh.
that.
That's my promise
Going
to
forward.
you,
Oh,
the
man.
listener.
Just that nurse call button never stops ringing.
No,
Yeah.
it was literally true. I thought it
Uh,
was like some food, like they ate some bad fish or something that everyone had in the wing,
No.
and the nurse is just running back and forth from different rooms.
All right, I
mm.
got a
So,
bedpans. Yeah.
so many wet naps, so many. But yeah. Now there's a sign posted. We were dealing with a GI issue this past week, so be
Mhm.
careful. Like, yes,
Airborne.
I
That actually links into our movie. These
Mhm.
communicable
Interesting.
diseases.
Being
And what
spread via.
I intend to give the world.
I like that plan a lot better. Everyone will be suffering from diarrhea.
Imagine
What?
the gastral distress spread across the globe.
All under the watchful eye of Dracula. Wait a minute.
You're a madman.
And also very gross. That's gross, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that is disgusting. As the guy's saying that, he's like rolling up a newspaper under his arm. That is horrifying. That is disgusting. And I want to talk more about this in about 10 minutes. Let me just.
I'm sorry, I just went, but I just got to go again. So,
yeah. This is the world you wish upon us, Dracula.
You're a madman, Dracula.
Unfinished conversations. So I also have a pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And the pat on the back is for the South Carolina high school education system that allowed Bobby to use his French that he learned in class to translate that chant in a scream, Blackula scream.
Yeah, kind of that Creole pidgin. Haitian English,
It was a huge mess. And I was like, I'm getting a piece of paper, scratch this down, try to record it into my phone. No, I'll just try to figure it out. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
We also have some Latin in this movie coming up, which we translated, which is pretty good too. So here we go. It's like, this is turning into a real like a Duolingo show. Like, what do you guys watch?
It's like a horror movie, foreign languages. It's all you learn. It's just like. Religious gobbledygook and devil and hell and all these other languages just to translate movies. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and now with like the AirPods Pro 3 with the Google Translate, now like all that stuff just goes out the window. Like, oh, you'll just translate whatever you're hearing.
Yeah.
And then you'll find out like, oh, that was a terrible. The original language sounded cool, but what they said was stupid. So they know
so
effort. Really weak.
Yeah, really didn't even try.
Yeah. And now finally to the listener's mail. It's an October recommendation. Way too late. We not like it would have had a chance anyway because we had settled on the year. It is outside of the year. But they recommended Exorcist 3.
Okay.
Yeah, which has one for my money probably the best jump scare of all horror-dom.
The hospital jump scare.
Yep.
Yeah. Next year
yeah.
we'll do that. We'll do Exorcist 3.
Yeah. What if we could do just like well, I'm sure there's people online who have like, the 50 best jump scares, or something. And try to.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of channels that have done. Now I'm trying to think like the scare channels or whatever, but FX or someone used to do like top 10, like different takes on horror. Like they've had some great series with interviewing the masters of the craft, like Carpenter and just multiple guys, and it's always fun to hear those sort of breakdowns of best scariest movie, best that
not on the list is going to be Satanic Rites of Dracula.
Oh
yes, and with that, shall we jump into this week's Horror-tober 73 rolls on. Our fourth movie is Satanic Rites of Dracula, or as I refer to the subtitle, Dracula and the Great Cutaway Caper. Every time something was happening, they would like cut to something else and then come back. I was trying to jot down notes, and it's like, okay, so they're in the car and they're in the house, and now they're they're back in the house. Why don't you just stay in the house? Anyways, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. All
right, so I will. I'm proctoring. Excuse me. And so I'll just jump in. So we start off with our second movie in a row with a ritual.
I will say in the credits, Joanna Lumley.
Yeah.
That name came up, who went on to be a comedic actor extraordinaire.
That wasn't the sacrificial victim, was it?
No, it was the
granddaughter.
Cushy's granddaughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So she.
I'm sorry, Bobby. Yes.
No, not at all. That's great. That's we need more factoids. There's a couple more. That's a really good one because it is like it's funny. Those movies like, oh, hang on, isn't that so and so? And there was so we start with a satanic ritual. It's overseen. There's people who are kind of like in these amazing furry vests, or sort of these security guards who are just like sleeveless furry vests, and there's some nudity right off the bat. And which is like, and I remember I was telling Bill I saw this on WGN many years ago at like 2 a.m. I'm not sure how they cut around all of the new, like if they just did like zoomed in. There's a lot of sort of like almost too casual nudity, felt like. Yeah, but anyway, so there's just a normal night at Satanic Cult HQ. And then we see this guy who is tied up with a mustache, and then he escapes. There's a guy. There's a one of the furry coat guys who I called Sideburns McFurry Coat comes in, and there's and then the guy with the mustache. There's a strangle fight that I think goes on a bit too long for my taste. It went on a little bit like it was like a real time thing. So Mr. Mustache makes good his escape from the headquarters. It's this really nice house.
And all that's cut between the satanic ritual, right?
Yeah, which is all these people who are
an Asian woman and a naked lady tied to a thing, and then blood and a bunch of white guys.
Old white guys
in robes,
in the hoods and robes and stuff.
The Asian woman is running the ceremony. It appears.
Yeah, she's like the high priestess, if you will. So our mustache friend trips on an alarm. There's a motorcycle chase with the furry coat guys. Pretty good crash. Pretty good stuff through the gate.
Yeah.
There's some shooting, and then the mustache guy is whisked away by a waiting car. What's going on? We're all wondering, what's going on? We're going to find out. So he is being tended to by some folks. Turns out he had gone undercover into this house to sort of expose this, what turns out to be a satanic group of political muckety-muck higher-ups in the government. And one of which has some sway over the agency. So this whole thing is happening off the books.
Yeah, and I thought this was cool. And I feel like that this group was known as Purg, and it was so close to Purg, P-E-R-G. And there's a big thing with it. They're showing the pictures, and it's like generals, members of parliament, landowners, lords, Nobel Prize winners. It's just all the people who are involved in this cult. And it's like, I thought this was kind of cool, you know? And it's like, how does the government fight against, when they've got moles and spies in the government? I kept thinking, is one of these people a mole, for the satanic cult? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very cool idea. And then they have the boss, this guy with the mustache, his name is Hanson. We come to find out he passes away. And but he had taken what's funny too is the boss asks the office assistant Janine to put the transcript of his words into the number 2 vault. Like, hey, come on, man.
I wouldn't go in there if I were you. I was just in the number 2 vault. And,
oh man, it's terrible. It's just like it's so
air out a little bit. Go in the number 2 vault.
Hey, crack a window in vault number 2, would you? Come on, man. Sorry.
Where do you keep the money? In the bathroom.
No one will look at the perfect crime.
Well, as they're going through, we're still cutting back to the satanic ritual this whole time, and the Chinese woman has this thing that she says that's 7 times 7, damned again, and I'm like, I wanted one of the guys to be like 49 times.
I'm no mathematician, but I'm wondering.
That's almost 50 times damned.
Just shy of 50 damned. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
I'm rounding up.
7 and 7 and 7 again. 21. Let me finish. Times 7. It's like a really complicated math. Do I do the stuff in the parentheses first? What's the order of operations? I can't remember. It's 7. I got to.
Can't do McHugh brutes. Can't do McHugh brutes. I don't know.
Oh my god. But also, this guy Hanson had a spy watch, and he'd take pictures of these higher up guys. But one of the pictures is mysteriously empty. No one's standing there. But I think it's because it's Dracula.
Yeah, and we just saw that. Just saw that last week. The photograph missing.
It was great. That was funny. I was like, a lot of crossover. So then the office assistant Janine gets tracked down by the guys in the furry vest as she's leaving the office. They go home and get some rest. She go home and she gets captured. But then they have this Murray from Scotland Yard comes in. They brief him a bit, and he suggests calling a cult expert. He just happens to know a man named Lorimer Van Helsing. Get him in here. Let's get him in here.
I admit I was thrown off by Lorimer.
Yes, it's a very weird name. I've never heard of someone named Lorimer. Like Lorimar pictures,
Lorimer?
But no one's Lorimer.
I worked with this academic called Lorimer Van Helsing.
Wait, what's his first name?
Lorimer.
Van Helsing. I got the Van Helsing part.
Does he go by Lorimer or does he go by Van Helsing? I don't know.
We call him Laurie for short.
Laurie
Van Helsing.
Let's call him Doctor. Is that cool? Laurie.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. And then we have one more little tag of the ritual where the girl is stabbed, seems to die, but comes back to life. Yes. Curious. And then Van Helsing schools everyone on how some cults bask in the glorification of blood. Talks about the Hellfire Club of the 1800s had the brightest minds, and that's what we're dealing with. And they mentioned vampirism for the first time. And then Van Helsing's granddaughter, Jessica, pops in. And as Bill pointed out,
Van Helsing is played by Peter Cushing.
Cushy, the ultimate, Laurie Cushy, they called him.
And he's probably in 8 scenes, but goes through 12 cigarettes in those 8
He
scenes.
smokes so much. There's so much smoking.
Multiple.
So much so that
I gotta light up another one.
It helps me concentrate. Even if there was even a part that it's a bad habit, I know, but it helps me concentrate. What are you talking about? You're addicted to nicotine. You're addicted to smoking.
You're just plowing through those things. Yeah.
Mind if I smoke? Actually, yes, I do mind. You've been smoking all day.
Yeah.
One more. I'll step outside then.
Gee, it's like, hang up a ham in here. This is ridiculous.
In all these 70s movies, there's so much inside smoking. It's just like, I get like, it makes you kind of like skin crawl. Like, guys, crack a window. It's bad. But one of the people that is in the photographs is someone named Keeley, who is a scientist, and Van Helsing happens to know him. They just sort of casually mentioned that he was
a college friend.
Yeah.
So he goes off to talk to Keeley at the Keeley Foundation of Science, and after a prolonged attempt to get into the building, he tries a doorknob, which is what we've been seeing a lot of doorknob trying.
Yep.
Sure enough, it opens up. That was amazing. I was like, here we go. 70s people just trying doorknobs constantly in the 70s. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
He goes inside, and then across the street, a guy in one of the furry vests spots Van Helsing and makes a call.
Yeah.
So he goes to talk to his friend Julian Keeley, and it seems like he's gone crazy.
Well, and I liked this scene, and like at the beginning, it was like maybe this Keeley guy is trying to solve vampirism. Maybe he's trying to maybe he could be good. He's just getting felt out. He didn't go completely bonkers until Cushy pushes him a little bit. And maybe this there's appeasement thought maybe Keeley's okay, and he had a bunch of petri dishes lined up, and I was hoping one of the petri dishes just had like obvious vampire teeth in the petri dish, but it didn't.
Anti-vampire teeth. Oh my god, that's great. So he does that. I think he leads it. So we have a quick cut back to the estate where we see Janine. There's a thumping window, a swing light. Dracula shows up for the first time, briefly.
For the first time.
Bites Janine, and then we still go right back to the previous scene of Julian Keeley still going crazy.
Zero lines of dialogue.
25 minutes in before we get to see Christopher Lee's Dracula. He swoops in with no lines of dialogue, bites a lady on the neck.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I'll be in my trailer. It's like, you're not called until next week. I'll be in my trailer. Okay? Go home if you want. I mean, your family.
You can head your wife and kids. That's all right. Fine. So then there's this. So Julian is crazy. He at some point gives Van Helsing's kind of like going over his work, and this guy Julian gives him a sales pitch to follow Satan, and Van Helsing has had it.
Not a good pitch.
He continues to ramble, and then just like in Legends of Hell House, a couple of prescription slaps.
Yeah,
gets him right out of it.
Smack.
Yeah. He's talking about he's the bubonic plague. He's created a bubonic plague, a super weaponized radioactive bubonic plague. Yeah. And also they mentioned in passing he's a Nobel Prize winner. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then one of the furry vest guys comes in, and I wrote with a question.
Well, we did have some Latin. We did have some Latin. That Keeley does say in the Latin, veneration of the holy blood. I just want to we mentioned the languages earlier.
Nice.
Oh, that was the translation.
So furry vest guy comes in.
Yes, and he apparently shoots Van Helsing, just grazes him in the head. Which I was like, Jesus Christ, that's really. It seemed like I thought it was tranquilizer dart because the footage. I don't know where you guys watched this. I watched it on Tubi. It was not the clearest thing, so I didn't know what was happening. But
it was at this. Go ahead, Danny.
I was confused. Like, why would they kill him so early? And then it's like he couldn't have survived that shot because it looked like he was shot straight in the head, and
No,
yeah, they didn't even explain like I was grazed by a bullet or anything.
no, he didn't even
This is for me when the wheels started coming off.
So to get a little rattly. Up until now, it's like there's a lot of
Okay.
a lot of goodwill for Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Fun spy take on the
Yeah,
Dracula
there's a
movie.
spy
Yes.
take on this. And what if the
Oh, yeah.
people of government? What if the Illuminati? You know, the
Yeah.
the power behind the power is somehow the satanic thing. And it's like, okay, then I'm on board. Oh, we got
That sounds
diseases.
cool, yeah.
We got diseases.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then another patented cutaway where Dracula is taking, I think someone somewhere. I remember that's what they take them somewhere? Question mark. Back to Van Helsing, where he comes to and see that Keeley has hung himself, and all the petri dishes of supercharged bubonic plague are gone. Oh no, crap! So he's not happy about that. So they decide the cops and the fuzz, I call them, in this. Go to this house. It's called the Pelham House, where they're doing all this satanic stuff.
At night. At night.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do it, why not? And then the granddaughter Jessica slips in again after trying a doorknob. She just goes into the thing and she goes into the basement and which is full of crates and coffins. And I remember I wrote down, no, thank you.
Yeah, it really was like, oh, she's smart. Oh, she's smart. Oh no, she's stupid. She's
so dumb. She's so dumb.
Stupid.
And so there's like a conversation where they talk with the leader of the cult upstairs while Jessica's in the basement, and she sees that Janine is chained to a wall. So she as you would, you'd check it out.
Yeah. Oh, it's Janine, the secretary from earlier.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And she's a vampire now. And some other vampire ladies wake up, and then they're chained up for some reason. I don't know why they were chained up, but they're fine. Anyway, Jessica screams. Murray, who's our Scotland Yard guy, and the other guy's name I never quite. Peter was his name. I don't know what he was.
Peter
McBoss.
Yeah.
Peter McBoss. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Peter McBoss. So there's a weird thing with Peter and Janine where she's about to bite him, and Murray finally stakes Janine, and I wrote she's finally at peace. I don't know what that means. And they escape.
2 week severance and eternal life. Yeah.
I feel like a number of vampire movies do this. Like, we need a room full of vampire chicks tearing on the clothes of people. You know, I feel like this is kind of a trope that like, well, we got to have the room of vampire babes. You know,
or was this the first one?
Set the tone for.
I'm willing to find out.
I'll take it. And they're diaphanous nightgowns stepping out of creaky coffins with backlit. That's interesting, ladies.
Well, hello. Why? What are you doing down here in the basement, sleeping in boxes? I think I'll stay. Maybe they're hot for me. Maybe, I could make this happen. Dude. Yeah.
And then there's a big escape. More of the furry vest motorcycle guys. Peter takes one of them out, pretty cool. And there's a little post-mortem debrief with Van Helsing and the cops. And this is where they first mentioned D.D. Denham, this elusive, which I was like, I hope D.D. stands for Dracula. Dracula. He didn't even try.
I was thinking that too. Like that, there have been little references like Pelham House. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3 Pelham House. I don't know if that is like some building of significance in England. I'm not familiar enough with that. Earlier, they mentioned the Hellfire Club is brought up, which is prevalent in the X-Men comic book series, a long-standing place of ill repute, supposedly founded by mutants. But I guess there's some other history that although I guess X-Men, they started in the 70s, 60s. I don't even remember. But yeah. So Van Helsing is great in this scene.
It's this whole follow the money. You got to follow the money to Dracula. Who's paying for all this?
Yes. Where did the money come from? D.D. Denham. And then I noted too, they were all drinking out of very weird teacups. They had little tureens.
Yeah, almost like gravy boat teacups.
Yeah, it was very weird. And I was like, oh, that seemed weird. Like they were like the prop person was like, "It's all I've got." And they're like, "Fine, shoot it. We don't have time for this." And then
maybe it was broth. They were drinking broth. That's why.
What was it? Coffee and not tea?
For
some reason, I thought they might have said coffee at that point.
Well,
Need
I
to-
definitely want a coffee or a teacup that looks like that from now on.
Yes.
Just a house full of that. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is this had the same problem that Scream have, where he mentions I stopped Count Dracula 2 years ago. And it was like, okay, well, you should jump right to it was in a movie called Dracula AD 72. I checked it out. It was
Yeah.
but it was like why is it taking you so long to figure this out?
Yeah.
Just like literally
don't
a couple years
think-
ago.
Yeah. Huh.
Anyway, so and then we get into some vampire knowledge from history, and they talk about this is like they reveal sort of this like super villain plan of this plague, and this is actually I have a little factoid. Christopher Lee was a step cousin of Ian Fleming, creator of James Bond. Yeah, Lee's mother married Fleming's uncle, making them step cousins. They used to go golfing and hang out. It's kind of funny. So I like the idea that they were doing that thing. There you go. So that's it. So then,
Christopher Lee would go on to play Francisco Scaramanga.
Yep.
In
the
Man with the Golden Gun. Yeah.
That was a good one. Full circle moment. Also, another weird tie into our podcast, like Legend of Hell House. In the very first Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing movie, The Horror of Dracula, or Dracula from 1958, the male sort of lead is Michael Gough, who played Belasco. So it's always like a little bit of a tie-in. That's delightful. Anyway, so then we go back to Joe. Jessica and Murray are watching Pelham House. When you're keeping an eye on things, the Colonel has been taken out. There's a sniper takes Peter out. It's pretty crazy. And we have Van Helsing.
Rolls on the car.
Rolls on the car. Yeah, he gets shot like 7 times. Then we have Van Helsing prepping. He melts a silver cross to make a bullet, a very, very small bullet.
Yes.
Very small. It's like, why wouldn't you make a bigger bullet? Get a bigger cross. It's Dracula, for God's sake.
I hope Dracula's not wearing a leather vest, because it's bad bullet's going to bounce off.
It totally was like it was like a 22
Derringer
or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a big sniper attack. And then they my line like, run like hell. It was one of his. It was his suggestion. And they do. And anyways, they're more shot, more running, and then the furry vest guys are in the car waiting for them. Big surprise. Jessica and Murray are not going anywhere.
What's that thing? It's like, why are you spending all this time shooting them if you want to capture them, or do you want to kill them?
Right.
Which do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Which do you want?
Make up your mind, henchman. Please.
Yeah.
So and then it was nighttime, and Van Helsing goes to the DD Denim group of companies, big placard on a building.
And it's like, and he goes on to talk about how he had killed Dracula and left his bones in a churchyard, which was in the last 18 months bulldozed to build,
turned into an office park.
His office park. And people are like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. It just happened.
The church
the paint's wet. I don't know what you're like."
The church, they bulldozed the church to build a building. Wasn't there an uproar? The huge uproar. Lots of protests.
Relocate all the graves. I mean, it was
I don't think they did any of that. Oh my God!
In 18 months, everybody's moved in. Forgotten about it. Water under the bridge.
Didn't a creepy preacher show up and warn about the scourge that would be befall?
Yeah.
He was so crazy, right? Yeah. Anyways, here's the building. Here's the office space. It's $375 a month for rent. I also like, too, how every building had just a placard on the outside. It was like the Key Foundation for Science. The DD did it. It's like, you guys didn't even bother doing anything. So anyways, but he goes in a pretty funny exchange, and Denham agrees to see Van Helsing.
Real fast, I like the idea that in the Hammer production studios, they have this team of people just making plaques. And just like, all right, something bronze, something more tile. What do we think for this plaque? And they just got to every movie's got 18 plaques, and they're just working overtime, molding these things. We got to make plaques. Come on.
I know. Come on, guys.
Let's get down to brass plaques. We got to get serious here.
Head of the plaque. But it's just really like rough talking, cigarette smoking. Oh my plaques. It's all I've done. It's all I'm gonna do. Okay.
Yeah.
All I need to.
So Cushy goes to confront Denham. Yeah.
Yeah, Denham, Dracula, or as we all, he is about 25 steps behind everyone in the audience, but knowing it's Dracula with a very weird German accent or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, and then it reminded me a little bit of the Blackula Justin conversation about like, so you come across a vampire,
Yeah.
that thing. It's like, why is everyone so chill?
And this really awkward, like, oh, I dropped something off your desk.
my God.
Let me pick it up. Like, all right.
Yeah, and then hide this.
And it's just so clunky. So like, again, I felt like, this movie was like the team that was writing it was making a hot movie. This is really going to be good. So they decided to knock off early and party. And then that party turned into a whole weekend bender and that movie was due. And they're just like, he knocks something off his desk and then picks it up and then swaps it with another. Huh? Sure. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. It all felt it felt very improvised. The whole movie felt like, and then this, it's like nothing really led to anything else. So then we discovered that Denham is in fact Dracula, which we all knew from the very beginning of things. Besides the bright light in Van Helsing's eyes, it's like, yes, put my hand up and block the light and see that it's you.
Yeah, Dracula Denham. Yeah,
yeah. It's right there on his placard on his desk.
It's obvious.
Boss, no one did. So then he pulls out a cross. And this is where it's more Latin. He says, "To God alone be glory. Without the Lord, it is in vain." Okay, whatever.
Sure.
Doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
And then he goes to shoot. I love. He's like, Dracula says, "Bullets, more harm me." And he's like, "Even a silver bullet, Dracula." Oh, oh. Anyways, it didn't. But then one of the guys, one of the members of the Satanic Cabal comes in and attacks. So it's like a bunch of old men fighting for a little while. It was very strange.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand.
My hip is not what it used to be.
But at least Van Helsing's also old, so we're all old.
We're all old, yeah.
Stumbling around.
Dracula's like 500 years old. Gee whiz! I mean,
he's doing great. He's like, I do a lot of cardio. Oh, so that explains it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
that's right. I wear a weight vest in the coffin. Makes sense.
Wait,
and then we have then Murray faces off with our Chinese lady who is her name down somewhere. The name was
well, I think she is referred to in the movie as that Chinese woman more times than her name.
Yes, which her name that was Chin Yang. Okay. Yeah. No explanation. Maybe she was a famous actor. I don't know at the time.
And she's seducing him or something.
Yeah, but then she's also a vampire. And something, so it was like a very weird thing. And then it's all very clear. So they're in the basement. He throws a net over her face, which is a net just laying around, and then stakes her. And then more vampire ladies, which he fends off with through this makeshift cross. He turns on the water, and that seems to hurt them. I don't remember it's running. Like I know vampires can't cross running water or something. This was a little bit.
That's what I thought. Maybe that's their idea.
Again. We were drunk all weekend, and now we got to finish this thing by end of business. Look, sure, why not?
No one's going to be watching this in 50 years and wondering why we did this. Actually, 50 to 52 years.
Can't we put that water thing in Van Helsing's speech? We already shot that scene.
He could do a voiceover. We're doing a voiceover later. Right, but could we just do forget it.
Maybe the people who installed the automatic sprinkler system, one of them was a priest and always blesses the water in the standpipe of the sprinkler.
Yes, we'll have him say that later, but right now we have to keep shooting because we have to get out of this house by midnight. Okay, sorry. So Murray goes down back to our ritual chamber. He finds Jessica on the altar, and then he kind of scampers off. The bad guys show up with Van Helsing. There's some more old dude tussling, as I wrote down. And then Dracula starts this ritual by lighting the candles, Undertaker style. Wrestling ring style. Was pretty cool.
Yep, it is.
He goes a little bit back and forth with Van Helsing about his plan, and it turns out that this is my favorite part. The four old dudes is like, "You are my four horsemen. You will carry the plague," and they're like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Totally.
Huh? You mean to say? Oh my god, that was my favorite part. Like, but we served you loyally. It's like that doesn't matter. He's Dracula.
Yeah.
What do you expect? And then finally, one of the old dudes is sort of hypnotized by Dracula. And he breaks the vial in his hand, and he's covered in this,
super plague.
Super plague, and he starts going crazy. And then there's a big fight with Murray and a furry vest guy in the control room. Man, that was a long fight, and it just Anyways, he won.
That was a very long fight.
It's super long, tight quarters. Finally, the guy is like, it ends up with a metal bar in this like a UNIVAC computer. Set things on fire. Murray saves Jessica. Van Helsing faces off with Dracula. He breaks the window and the first floor window just climbs out. Wasn't that big of a deal. It's 20. You know, you didn't dive through or do anything like that. And for some reason, Murray goes back in. The old guy who was covered in plague is on fire. They're just like, we're going to set somebody on fire, which is pretty. I mean, and in the meantime, he has sort of been, his flesh has been dissolving. He's been sort of, and he almost touches Van Helsing at one point. He's like, no.
It's good. Supposedly super contagious and everything, but it's not airborne.
Right.
They're all dead. They're all dead. Dracula's plan worked. We got to quarantine that house. Yeah.
And then then Dracula and Van Helsing in the woods, and then we have a little flashback, a little voiceover of Van Helsing saying, "There's certain things we can do, like the hawthorn tree, where they use the thorns for Christ's crown." Like, so these thorns are just lousy around Dracula's house.
Yeah, in England,
I don't think we're going to put them there. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The same latitude of the Middle East, and the same plants grow in the Middle East that grow in the English latitude. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the Hawthorne thing brought up or used in another Dracula movie, at least in the ones that I've seen. I was like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I liked it. It was kind of tossed in a little bit, but somehow Dracula doesn't really. He just walks right into a thorn bush and it's like,
oh my god! I love it. I think the hell's like Dracula, Count Dracula. He's like he's following. He's like trying to coax him into the woods, and he's like, I see you, Van Helsing. I see you, Laura. And then Dracula gets stuck in the bush, and there just happens to be a white picket fence nearby.
Many white picket fences.
Green, black, over there, and then Van Helsing, as per usual, stakes Dracula, and then I wrote down there was an extended disintegration sequence, which would be a good name for a Nine Inch Nails album. It went on, and then he slowly but surely, Dracula disintegrates, leaving behind his ring, which is what happens in like every movie. Yeah, and then that was the end of the movie. Again, sort of an abrupt, like, Jessica, okay, how's Murray? The house is burning down.
What the plague is? The plague spreading?
Right. So anyway, so that was Satanic Rites of Dracula.
It opened with some funky Shaft style music, and then it closed with some funky outro music.
The music was really good. Very very of the time.
Yeah.
So I guess it brings us to our flying meat discs this week.
First reel, I was on board. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this. I'd read somewhere that it was a terrible movie, or that Cushy and Lee were upset about it and just wanted a paycheck. But I was like, oh, this is not bad. I like this whole government conspiracy kind of thing, and just Dracula's involved and whatnot. And then it just really just wheels fell off real quick. I'm gonna go true horror fans only. Two flying meat discs, and only if this is your bag.
I'm gonna go with 3 because I thought that their evil plan was pretty good. The plague was a pretty cool idea, but everything else is
I'll go in between the two of you guys, 2.5. All that spy stuff, just how the different take of the government involvement, the bubonic plague, like all that stuff was just like, whoa, this is not it kept me going until the reality of it, just like okay.
It seemed like the introduction of Dracula threw everything off the rails. If it had not been Dracula, that'd be cool just to have like some kind of Illuminati vibe going on, taking things over.
Christopher Lee's second appearance was at the 56-minute mark, and he still hadn't said anything yet. And I mean, it was the movie called Murray. Is the movie called? It's called Dracula. I hardly saw the guy.
Yeah, it's like in some country it was called Murray of Scotland Yard. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like they called the Green Hornet the Kato show in Hong Kong because of Bruce Lee. It's like some people just really like Murray. Good old Murray.
Yeah.
What about there are more adventures of Murray? Like, I don't think so. That's too bad because he was really prominent in
He
this
had some
movie.
serious 70s hair as well. Just like
Yeah.
just a big mop of it. No ears. No one had ears in the 70s. It was all just covered by hair. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like crazies. He had like the haircut like those guys in the Crazies. It was just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
bangs and a lot on the side.
Yeah.
It's a whole year. It was like there's a magazine that was like hot hairstyles for 73. It's just that one. Huh. Okay. It's called the Caveman.
Yeah.
Now I did have a sequel.
Okay.
I did. It felt more of like a modern plot anyway, but like just your classic Pizzagate stuff that is going on now. You just play the whole conspiracy angle, people debunking it, and it's, you investigate into political stuff like, that people are disappearing down here, and they literally are, and it is but everyone views it as a joke, and only idiots believe in it. But it turns out things are discovered, people are trying to expose on the internet, but again, you can't see vampires on there. Like, I swear I caught the video of them, and it just looks like maybe someone killing someone else. Like, it just looks like they're just killing their own selves, maybe that sort of thing.
He just jumped off that building on his own. He was thrown by a vampire. I don't know. Inconclusive.
I didn't see anybody on my camera phone, so he must have jumped. Ooh. There's a footage, and they don't realize there's someone there throwing them. Because you can't photograph Dracula.
Yeah. That's another sequel. You can't photograph Dracula.
MPZ t-shirt, yeah. Yeah, buy, rent, and borrow. I would buy the story. The story is interesting, but I am not. I'm not touching that script. I'm not even going to borrow that script. The acting was fine. Maybe I rent the actors only because there's no one stepped up to the plate. Not even Lee and Cushing were there. They were themselves, and that's fine. And they got their check, and that's great. And I won't bemoan them. But I don't know. Maybe the McGowan doesn't go to anybody this week. Maybe it stays on the shelf.
Honorable mention for the where's his name? The Julian Keeley. When he was explaining about and he's like an inch away from the camera, and Van Helsing's in the background, and he was like going on about the beauty of blasphemy and the enjoyment of obscenity. He's like, good God, Julian, smack. And then it was like
even his death face was pretty out there.
Okay. He'll get them a going, but he's the only one in the running. I feel like
no one seemed to want to be there. That was the funniest part. And we're just kind of like Peter Cushing's like, I'll do the movie, but only if I can smoke. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
So much.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the outtakes. Christopher Lee is constantly checking his watch. Just like, when are we out of here? When are we wrapping this thing? Like, it's like in some of the shots, there's like he's like pulling his sleeve down on his coat, like it'll be fine. Yeah.
Hey, Dracula, we can see your watch in the shot.
Oh, sorry.
He just stares them down like, oh, sorry.
We'll cut around it.
We'll cut around it, Mr. Lee. We'll cut around it.
Just not thrilled.
So, I think it's a step backwards for 73.
Yeah.
It's definitely a step back for 73.
One more chance.
One more chance.
Out of which is next week's Wicker Man.
Yeah. Yes. Staying in the UK for Wicker Man.
Christopher Lee also in it. I believe.
And maybe we'll find out. Like, maybe he left it all in the Wicker Man, and it's like, oh, that's why he mailed it.
He's exhausted. Yeah.
Filming Satanic Rites of Dracula on the weekend. I'm exhausted. I have to come in. I'm too tired. I've been filming Wicker Man all week.
Yeah. So that should be fun. Wicker Man next week. That'll be good times.
Yeah.
Another movie that I've seen, I think has been robbed and nicked by so many other movies and so many other things and stolen and borrowed, but I've never seen the original.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
And they remade it, didn't they, with like Nick Cage or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very... Speaking of the Roddy McDowell Award, or the McGowan.
As always, Nick
gets it every... it's always.
Nick Cage as Nick Cage, yes, in...
The Wicker Man.
As Wicker Man, yes.
The other thing about Satanic Rites of Dracula, if I may, was really funny. Like I immediately watched it in chunks, but I always made a very specific time code to go back to, and I still felt like I missed things. I was like, wait.
Oh,
it was that kind of movie. Had I watched it straight through, I don't know if I didn't notice. But stopping and starting, I was like, oh, I gotta go back 5 minutes. I didn't miss anything. And he just cut around really weird.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. I do have a news of the macabre that ties it in with today.
Please.
That I think is relevant.
News of the macabre.
And this is on the news from, again, this is news of the macabre.
Or is it?
But it's basically they're working on a movie. Now this thing is taken, like a biopic of a young Bela Lugosi. And they're, he's the Hungarian actor who had this. The new film will focus on younger Lugosi, capturing his meteoric rise to become one of cinema's most enduring and recognizable figures. Film chronicles his immigration from Hungary and rise to stardom, both as the star of Dracula on Broadway in the late 1920s. I did not know that. And its 1931 Hollywood adaptation, as well as his precipitous role after declining the role of Frankenstein, which went to his future rival Boris Karloff. I didn't realize
he didn't have any
lines.
I
think I did know
he didn't have any lines as the monster. So he was like, I'm not going to do that. I need to have,
So, I'm not sure why you made this monster with this Hungarian. Yes, those only voice box. Only Larynx I can find was a Hungarian Larynx.
Hungarian Larynx.
Yeah. I think they're playing at the bar.
With extended disintegration sequence. That's a great album. Yeah,
they do a lot of Primus covers. They're kind of quirky.
All right, okay.
Primus covers, eh? Just Jerry was a race car driver over and over again. Okay, I don't know the other songs.
I think I might be busy that night. I really think I might be busy. Yeah. Checking my watch. Wow. They made it through three Jerry's race car drivers in 5 minutes. This is like
a long bass solo, man. That's how he goes to a drive-through. He's like, "Yeah, sir, welcome to Taco Bell." I don't know. What do you want to order? Slap bass. Like, I can't hear the slap bass. Just pull ahead. I'll ask you at the window.
Just take it. It's free. Just take it.
Please stop playing that slap bass. Son of a bitch. Get out of here.
Well, that's exciting. Bela Lugosi. Yeah. Okay.
Ties in with.
I did see that the name of the production company is Appian Way.
Yes.
Which is a famous Roman road, which I think goes south to another city in Italy, lined with tombs and memorials to dead Romans all along the way.
I think this is Leonardo DiCaprio's company, I believe.
Yes, it is. He's in the story.
He's Italian, apparently. Leonardo DiCaprio. Now that could be a cool thing. It's like I meant like a road with all the like tombs on the side, and one night a year they all the ghosts come out, and haunt the road.
That's a ready to go horror movie.
Leo, let's do this. Let's make magic.
Contact us. We'll come up with maybe it's American kids are doing a trip and they're told not to go the Appian way between this and this, and they're like, screw it, they do, and just what happens.
Cautionary tale.
Monkey ready to frighten.
Like Monkey Shines, the movie Monkey Shines.
Yeah.
Except you pay for us. You pay for us to frighten you.
Yeah.
Going back quickly to the movie, there was a lot of like timpani throughout. Like at the beginning, like the music, it started out like wah, wah, like all this very, again, I put Shaft sounding music, but then it changed into something else, and it just had so much timpani. And then every once in a while, like the loud timpani would come in for emphasis, and I couldn't remember. I had to look it up, like 2001 Space Odyssey, the most famous timpani. And
Okay.
the Spraka Zarathustra, that was 68. So it was 5 years before. Maybe it's influence or whatever.
Yeah, there's just a lot of cheap timpanis floating around.
Yeah,
they used the pawn shops of London.
I know. After that movie came out, everyone wanted to play timpani, and they're like, "I just can't do it." So they just all gave them up, got rid of them.
I got my kids, and they lost interest right away.
Come on, Dad! I want a timpani. Dad, come on! I want a timpani. All right, you gotta go. You want to be a timpanist? You gotta go take lessons. It's like I'm walking the goddamn dog. It's the same thing. I didn't want the dog.
I'm the one who's gonna play the timpani every night.
I'm gonna go to the orchestra. Oh God, I don't want to do this. It's 3 nights a week I have to go ratchet the symphony. I don't want to do this. I'm not interested in doing this. Here we are.
Just like sitting in the audience of the orchestra, and this is a wide picture of hundreds of all the whole orchestra doing their thing. And you put on the opera glasses and zoom in, and this guy just like blah, 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 just mail it in the timpani.
I hate every second of this. That guy is crazy.
His music, sheet music, is actually like Mad Magazine or something. Just like, I don't want to be here.
Straighten up your tuxedo bow tie. Straighten it up. No. Okay, well, this you look like shit. Everyone else is dressed up. I don't care. I don't want to be here. This is timpani. All right.
Like, you're not playing at the right moments. You can't. Even when I play at the right moments, it sounds out of place. Okay. So,
you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm doing. Who's
drunk?
Who's the timpanist?
Who's the timpanist here? Yeah.
Fine. I stand corrected. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, maestro. Back to your little podium with your little stick. And
I remember in junior high, we tried to play the Sprach Zarathustra. Just some junior high version of it, and the hardest part, because it was a different, I wanted to say 5/2 key signature or something, and the drummer, like, he could not get it, like dun 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 dun, like it, you hear it, and
the iconic part of the song,
the iconic sound that everybody knows, nearly as iconic as the Jaws theme, and it was still like over and over again. It felt like a Whiplash, the movie where he just couldn't get it right, but just like a much lower stakes, just kind of awkward. To finally the director was like, you know what, let's work on it after class.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, let's change the key signature for 4/time, and it was pretty fun.
What you got next? PE? I'll write you a pass. You're not going anywhere.
We got to get this down.